Howdy y'all, welcome to Hazen Barrel Craftworks. I'm the Alchemist. And today, the bottle I've got for y'all, I've got to say a big thank you to my friend Andrew. He's a friend of mine from my Bourbon Auto group that I'm a member of, and he and I were both chatting about how much we love these Rye Fidelity bottles from Broad Branch. My first experience with the Rye Fidelity from Broad Branch was a Zealbox pick, and it was a hazmat rye, and it was fantastic. And if any of y'all tuned into my hazmat week that I did with my bourbon bestie, we did a video on that one, and it was a phenomenal one. And my buddy Andrew, he sent me this bottle. It's a pick from his group that he's in, Smoke and Barrels Bourbon Society, and I'm honored that he sent me this bottle, and I had to do a review on it because I really love these ryes. And the thing about these ryes that make them different to me anyway is that they are they call it a Rye Fidelity, straight white rye whiskey. It is 100% rye. There's no corn, there's no malted barley. And when it's 100% rye like this with no starches to break down that rye grain, they get a bit finicky. They get sticky, they get foamy, so they're not the easiest to work with. But I tell you what, the patience that Broad Branch puts straight rye grain comes through in these whiskeys, and it's a really good offering. And on the label here we see it's 125 proof, and I'm excited to pour this one and see what we've got. And the guys that do this whiskey, they say that they've got their distilling style from the moonshiners from the Blue Ridge Mountains. And this is a quote, so this is not my poetic license that I usually take when I do some of my write-ups for any of y'all who go to take a look at any of my Hazen Barrel write-ups from my Facebook group. But this is a quote. So they say it's from immigrants, outlaws, and other relatives. So you interpret that as you will. Look at that deep, rich color from this 100% rye, aged 7 years in new oak barrels. I also get like old leather. And maybe some graham cracker on there as well. But I'm going to go in for my sips here right away. That is viscous. And very nice. And that oak is nice on the palate. The first thing I get is that oak. And then after the oak, I get a lot of spice. There's baking spices, there's black pepper. There's cinnamon on here too. That cinnamon's nice. And in the back of the palate, almost immediately there's a dark chocolate. And it started out in the Kentucky Chew started out with like a nice rich brown sugar on the Kentucky Chew, but now that's dissipated to more of a toffee than a brown sugar. And now on the mid palate, I still got like that dark chocolate in the back of the palate, but there's also now that dark chocolate is calming down a little bit, almost like a mocha coffee in there. And now after I've had that sip, a little bit easier for me to nose, not needing to cough. I get a nice brown sugar on the nose, a rich, deep brown sugar on the nose that I believe I got on the right up front. Really nice. And this finish is just long. This it's lingering on the palate for a long time. And that oak is present. That leather that I was noticing on the nose kind of lingers there as things calm down. Barrel spices are still there. And the sweetness of the toffee, the sweetness of that brown sugar that I had is gone. And the sweetness now in the mid palate and towards the back of the palate is almost like a huckleberry or something, or a blackberry. It's a dark berry type, not a blueberry. It's not that sweet. It's a deeper, darker berry. And it's nice. But as I just licked my lips there, I'm getting that dark brown sugar. And that oak, I forgot to mention it before on my first sip, that oak is just a little bit drying up front, but that drying goes away just a little bit into the sip as all those flavors develop. That dark chocolate on the back, that brown sugar on the Kentucky Chew, now it goes to that toffee. You got all those barrel spices. This is really good. And this just really gets it for me. The MSRP on this bottle for the standard, the typical rye fidelity goes for around $70 MSRP. Now this is a barrel pick, and from my buddy Andrew, and the barrel picks are generally higher because you've got the little bit more age, and they're the single barrel, the select barrels, and they go for a little bit higher. So you'll see those anywhere from $80 to $100, or maybe even $110, depending on the group that picked it. And so I don't know exactly what this one was, because again, my buddy Andrew set me up on this, but this is a fantastic one. So if you haven't tried a broad branch rye fidelity, this is something that you really have to try. That 100% rye, and the way they do this mash bill with that 100% rye, they're a really good bottle. It's a really good choice. And again, I've got that hazmat. I still got a little bit left. It's fantastic. So give it a shot, give it a try, look it up. But as y'all know, I love to have y'all coming back around. So please, take it easy. Don't drink and drive. Cheers. Yeah, that